Attention on this channel. We've got an important message. All observations and opinions shared here are for educational purposes only. This content is intended for adults. Viewer discretion is advised. Be advised that any individuals mentioned are not intended to suggest involvement in any crime.
Case by case, got the fire. Ha! Yo, you wanna talk about true crime? We start with a guide that flows. Digital footprints meet criminal defense, that's how this story goes. This channel's all about online evidence, the stuff they overlook. From live stream chats to deleted posts, it's all in the true crime book. My goal is to provide insight for the attorney in the darkest hour, to find the proof that can make a case or break a criminal's power. So whether you're a lawyer or a PI, we're diving deep in the mess, exposing misconduct and hidden truths to get to the very best leads. We break it down case by case on the trail of the facts. We show how digital evidence changes case outcomes. We on their tracks. No rumors, no gossip, just the evidence clear and concise. Shining a light on the shadows at any cost or price. What do we do?
Case by case.
What's the motto? We're here for the victims, the ones who were left behind. We're here for the families, giving them peace of mind. We follow the paper trail, the digital footprints and the timelines. Connecting the dots, we're reading between the lines. We don't just talk theory, we show you how it works in practice. We're here to help you stay ahead of the curve, to get a new analysis. You think you're in charge, but we're here to find what matters most. We're giving a voice to the voiceless, like a digital ghost. Digital ghost, digital ghost. We break it down case by case on the trail of the facts. We show how digital evidence changes case outcomes. We on their tracks. No rumors, no gossip, just the evidence clear and concise. Shining a light on the shadows at any cost or price. What do we do?
Case by case.
What's the motto? From digital clues. The mystery, you wanna know the answers? We're dedicated to the chase. From the first look at the scene to the final resting place, we're here to find the answers, to give the victims their due. A true crime channel with a heart and a purpose too. We're here to build up, to expose the truth, and to shine a light on the darkest of deeds with all our might. We're here for the truth, we're here for the facts, and that's it. We don't chase the trends, we just chase the truth and never quit. We let the past speak for itself, we let the facts lay the ground. We're just here to be a voice, a tribute that is sound. Yeah, it's all for the truth.
Ha! Come on, come on. Let's go.
Their thoughts for you, yeah. Won't kiss the ring. Yeah. Ha. Come on. Let's go.
Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday. Welcome back in. I was on here this morning. So back at it again with my two favorites, Quester and Fungi. Really quick, have to give a shout out to Michael Osbrook. I have dropped a link in the chat, and I'll do some reminders as we go on today. But Michael Osbrook was on Truth and Justice podcast discussing the Delphi case. Prior to him being on, Andrea Burkhart was on. So when you guys get done with the vault today, if you haven't had enough of Delphi, please go over and show that podcast some love and take a listen to what Osbrook has to say. And today is episode 35 of the Delphi Vault. Today's going to be a little bit of a broad spanning spectrum of topics because we are getting ready to move into a new phase of the Delphi Vault, which I'm going to title Welcome to Monticello. And we're going to introduce some characters today and where the thought process is going with that. And we still have a little bit more research to do, and I still have some more things to put together. But we're going to touch on it today, and we're going to touch on multiple things today. I hope that you guys find it all interesting, and let me bring on now my two favorites. Welcome, Quester, and welcome, Fungi. How are you guys?
I'm on
Hello,
my best
Amy.
behavior.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, I believe that.
Welcome in, everybody in the
Already.
chat. It's good to see everybody. Thanks for being here on your Sunday afternoon. I don't know about you guys, but mine's a yucky, rainy one. And I'm going to have to hop up and down periodically and check on my granddaughter. She's here. She's taking a nap right now. I'm hoping that you'll get to see her beautiful face before we're done. She won't sleep for 3 hours, I don't think. So, anywho, anything new, you guys? Anything before we get started? Jumping right in.
Amy, could you post Michael's podcast thing again? Some people wanted to make sure that they could hear it.
Oh yeah, I'll do that right now.
Quest, do you see that? Your emoji, Big JD. Hello. Thank you guys for coming here. Big JD just said woohoo, and they put a mushroom emoji, and then he put a brain emoji, and you are the brain. I'm not sure how to feel about that, but you know what? It's okay. I'm on my best behavior today. Please remember to like and follow us, because I said pretty please. So we got some stuff today. It's been fun.
Okay, I should. I'm just going to put MA podcast again. With the link. So hopefully that will pop in there real quick. Do you not see it?
No, I see it. It's good. I wish I could pin it.
I can. I'll go do that. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'll do that right. Huh?
I wasn't aware that was a feature.
Yes, I can pin it. Yes, I can.
Wow. Okay. So that is. Please, guys, check this out after us. Yes, and thank you, Angel Eyes. Thank you, everyone. Yeah.
So
everyone can't wait.
Michael's podcast that he's on, Truth and Justice, is pinned to the top of the chat. So we'll remind you guys to head over there. So now you know where you can find it. If you lose it, it should be pinned at the very top of chat. So, okay, we have a handful of things to discuss. So where do you guys want to start?
Girl.
Let Fungi go start.
Funky goes first.
What am I going to do first? Like, there's like 4 or 5 or 3 things.
Okay, so we'll do this. So let's start.
Should we start with the car?
With what?
The vehicle, because everyone is on the edge of their seat. They want to know whose car that was last week.
Okay, so yes, we'll tell you whose car it is, but just know there are some facts about the car that we don't know, specifically what year it was purchased, but
we have more information though.
Huh?
We have some information about what they say is Rick Allen's car.
Yeah, go ahead. So go ahead and drop that shoe. Let them know whose car that was.
Okay, so that car, we found that car in a Google Earth photo on a property belonging to Betsy Blair. It was taken, I believe, in 2022 or 2024, so we do not know when it was purchased. However, I do not believe that is the car, but this just proves at this point that yes, it's difficult, but it's not impossible to figure out whose car these things could be. And I actually have been doing a lot of looking into this subject, and I think I've narrowed it down to 5 cars. I have my opinion, but let's
I think we need to make it very clear that the 3 of us are convinced that the vehicle that we were shown in the exhibits by the state is not a Ford Focus.
Yes,
Correct?
let's lay that foundation.
Agreed.
Correct. I should have probably. I mean, if everyone's seen the, it's not. Look, okay. So here, I just want to make this very, very, very clear. It is not Betsy's Blair. I do not believe it is Betsy's Blair's car that they say is Rick Allen's car. The one that I showed you guys the other week, last week, was a picture of a car at one of her properties. However, we do not know when it was purchased. And I personally, and I think they agree, it is probably not the car that they say is Rick Allen's car. We do not believe it is also Rick Allen's car. But I think that this actually illustrates that there are things that we can actually look at, even in such a distorted photo. And yes, it is easy to say, oh, this might be the car. But once you see some other cars, I think you'll be like, oh, wow, that's definitely not the car. And these are way closer. And I have compiled 5 models of cars, and I have to find one sec. I have to open this one.
And for those who channel surf, I just want to emphasize this point here, that the reason we have spent and we're going to continue to spend our focus right now, because we have plenty of time, because the direct appeal is still underway. We have all this downtime, and by the time something happens in the court system, there'll be so many Vault episodes that I'm hoping any attorney that comes in for a post-conviction relief case for Rick can have the ability to kind of listen through and pick and choose what he feels that we've talked about that's relevant, that was never covered at trial. Not that we are forensic scientists or anything, but I do believe that we have a lot of valuable information to provide within these episodes. But the reason this vehicle is so important, and I know that a lot of people are like, okay, are we going to talk about the car again? Everybody's tried to say it's not the car. That is because the one thing about this case is that car being Rick Allen and parking at the CPS lot makes or breaks this case. If that is not Rick Allen, everything falls apart. If that's not Rick Allen's car, everything falls apart. Okay? And as we continue to talk about this stuff, there's going to be some things that I'm going to throw at you today that's really going to open some new windows of doubt, I think. But go ahead, Fungi. I just want to emphasize why we're focused so much on this fact, because this hinges on the timeline. And if it's not Rick Allen, and we can prove it's not Rick Allen or Rick Allen's car, that the state's case falls apart. As if it hasn't.
You guys talk for like 60 more seconds. I'm trying to get the spreadsheet just to get the comparison photos up. I forgot to do that part.
Yep. Chat question, Chester, thanks for asking. He says, how are you, Amy? Health update. I'm good. I'm not out of the woods yet. There's actually been something else that's came up that it's kind of why I've been off work the last couple of days. I have to go back into the doctor on Tuesday for a procedure, and then I still have my procedure scheduled for February 5th. So I should have some answers about one thing by Tuesday when I go in, and then the rest of it, I should have some sort of a diagnosis by February 5th. So I'll keep you updated, but otherwise, I feel great. Staying positive. Thanks for asking. Are you ready, Fungi?
It's like I'm trying to upload them. It's my internet. Just give me. Yep. Shoot. Just give me 60 more seconds.
Okay. So furthermore, on top of talking about the car, we're also going to get into Quester. Would you like to describe to everybody what we, because behind the scenes, you guys, we've had some meetings separately outside of our lives, where we've discussed things. And there's been some questions raised about not only the vehicle, the camera on the Hoosier Harvest store, and the sunlight effects. You know, the state made that big ordeal about, you know, light coming through the rims, and we were trying to look at those pictures, and Fungi's put together a nice little video. So it's going to look as though this vehicle that they showed us at trial, it's like it's moving on 300 North. But Quester has dug into big time the sun, not just with Rick Allen's car, but also some interesting thoughts that have arisen from the pictures that Libby took in the car. So Quester, is there any like short little statement you'd like to make on what sprung that on you? Like, oh my gosh, because I know when you started talking about it, you sent me some things and you were like, okay, can you clarify? And what was it that made you go, okay, the light bulb came on when it came to the pictures of Abby and Libby in the car with the sunlight?
Well, it was looking at the picture of the so-called Richard Allen's car on the cam. I noticed that the shadow was protruding past the front of the car. Now, if the sun was coming from the west, the shadow should be pointing to the back of it. And that set the alarm bells going. There's something wrong here. So off I went, checking exactly where the sun would have been at certain times, solar noon, all that sort of stuff. And you know how it is, once you set a ball rolling down a hill, it just gathers speed and you can't stop it. Well, it led me into, first of all, the video. I had to chase down that then. And then I don't know, my brain went out of gear and said, let's find some more. So I went looking at the other photographs, ones of their cars and so on. And oh boy, did I open a can of worms. We're talking big size can of worms, military. Is that short enough version?
Yeah, that's great. Thank you. So Fungi, are you ready?
Yep. Let me share my screen here, because why is this like this? I'm sorry. I have questions. All right, here we go. Wait, no, I don't want to upload a video file. What are you talking about? Come on. Here it is. Share. This is not very.
Yeah, Betsy Blair drove a black SUV, and it was supposed to have been like an older model Explorer. So am I loading your screen now?
Yep, you're good.
Okay.
So I worked a little magic with the official zoomed in picture. Shout out to All Eyes for organizing all the exhibits. Can you guys hear me? My mic's a little further away. I can move it.
No, you're fine. We can hear you.
Okay. And so I worked a little magic. I inverted a few things. I just played around, and I got some pretty good details. I feel like defining details that we can really see in this vehicle a lot better than their version. And then I also worked with another picture of where the taillight's a little bit more visible. And this is another thing I want to talk about. This right here. See that? That's a taillight design. Okay. And please ignore the color in this picture, because this fooling with the colors was kind of part of it. So just discount the colors. And yes, it does look quite weird, doesn't it? We were discussing how weird this front part looks, and I'm not sure if that's some sort of video artifact or what's going on here, but let's just focus on these details, okay, guys? Details, and this is in, now I have 5 cars, and I know which one I think it is, but I'm pretty sure it's one of these cars, guys.
So can you, okay.
Yes. And so this is what I was working on, Amy, when you were like, oh, it's 30 minutes. I'm like, okay, here we go. So we have the Honda Fit, which was manufactured I think our relevant period, FYI, is going to be 2010 to the 2017 in terms of cars. And yes, I say 2017 because in terms of the models, I'm sorry, the year model. I say 2017 because if you see this, and I don't know if you can see it maybe better on this one, see how that is a extra window, a triangle kind of window that goes into the trunk area. And see how it goes up. A lot of models in the late 2000s and early 2010s, even now, had it going down. So it would be the opposite of this. So that's kind of a unique feature. And I really thought that was a good feature to zoom in on. And so that's why maybe you can see a little better in this one. You guys can take screenshots, whatever you guys want. No worries. But so that's why I was able to focus in on these vehicles. And so I looked up when they were all being produced with this specific little feature that you see right here. See, all of them have the upward sort of little doohickey. And then they also have the spoiler.
That third small window in the back. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. It goes right into the trunk. And so they go, it's like a downward triangle, like it goes straight down and then it's like goes up. So it's kind of unique when it turns upward, like how you can see my mouse is kind of going in that direction. Sorry for anyone who's just listening. But yeah, there's just a very distinct angle of this triangle, guys. That's all you need to know. And so I have been able to narrow it down.
These cars that she picked are cars that have that feature, these different models cars that have that feature that matches the vehicle that we see in the exhibit.
Here's our vehicle. And so when I was looking at this, I then said, okay, do they have the spoiler? Yep, they have this little spoiler thing at the top. And then the other thing I was looking at was the front shape. See how it kind of, it's not very blocky. In our pictures, it's got kind of sorry, my dog's here and she really wants attention. It kind of swoops downward. So like those typical SUVs that have like more of a blocky kind of rectangle-ish look in the front, I was able to discount those pretty easily. And then thanks to the most amazing person, Yellow Jacket, who was able to kind of show that it definitely wasn't a Ford Focus. I have looked at Subarus. They do have a lot of these, but the chat, someone asked if I have looked at Subarus. Yes, I did. So thanks to Yellow Jacket, we're able to kind of line up, see how our back tail light here, it doesn't, and see where our wheel wells are here. On the Ford Focus, it's completely different. And I'm sorry, I don't have a picture of Rick Allen's car right here to show you, but the Ford Focus taillight basically goes above the back tire. Like it's so long and skinny and it goes forward and it's like extends like a little arrow almost. So just keep in mind all these little features I'm talking about. So I have compiled all the cars that I think that might fit some of the bill. And I also made sure I looked at the production when they were produced. And so I've compiled each year because year to year, there are very slight differences, but sometimes because sometimes they'll have different additions or here, Amy has a picture of Rick Allen's car right here. And we can look at that Ford Focus taillight going all the way to the center of the rear wheel well. I just think that was such a great insight by Yellow Jacket. And I know I always say this, but seriously, this is a group effort. Even if they aren't coming on this channel, pranks work together. And that's something we are really proud about with this community. And something I really love about this community, because I don't know, it's not always easy to work together with people.
No, and And the three of us, usually three's a crowd, but the three of us, I mean, we work great together. And we've had Indy Cindy's now kind of been getting involved in helping with some research. And why we have Rick's car up here on the screen, I want people to really take a mental note of two things right now, looking at his vehicle. One is the taillight, and the other one is the antenna that sits on the back of his vehicle on the roof.
I have a better picture of his car that's from a profile angle.
That's fine. If you have it, you can pop it up. I was just putting this up so people could, compare the two.
All right, let me grab this. Oh, hello guys. I'm in the, so just want to remind everyone that All Eyes on Delphi has made this incredible Google Drive folder, which it takes a little bit to get used to navigating, but once you get it, you get it. So that's where I'm retrieving this picture from. Everything is available to you guys. Like, this is available to everyone. This is not just me, not just the cranks. And yeah, we're just, so here, Rick Allen's, here's a really nice picture of it right here. So look at that. So that, I'm actually even going to see it. Can't just copy it, can I? Because I can't have my sentence.
I mean, think about how many elements of this vehicle that we are dissecting and isolating. I mean, it's not going to be, well, we don't think it's Rick's car because just the wheel well doesn't line up. There are all of these other features along with that, it's cumulative. We have all of these, just checkpoints of this car that we can say, this doesn't match, this doesn't match, this doesn't match. Rick's Ford Focus.
And you know what? That's something I was talking about with my husband before we even came on today. I was saying to him, this is how an investigation is supposed to go. You're supposed to try to eliminate, the possibilities, not just narrow down and try to match. And why are we not putting this in a nice little neat app? Gosh darn it. So I was just trying to get that out there for you guys, but because I don't, sorry, we'll just insert that right into the cell, just so you guys can have this as a reference too. So of course now. And
I'll make it, and once she gets it in there, I'll make it big enough so you guys, if you want to, you can screenshot the entire grid with all the vehicles.
Where is, I cannot even find where I put this. I'm sorry. 1 second. Will you take off my thing just real quick?
Yeah.
I just don't.
Yep.
Take off my shared screen, Amy.
There we go.
I just want to be able to. It's like I want to be able to find it. I just don't want to put anything up that other people don't want. Just in case I have pictures of my spouse in here mostly. Oh yeah, okay. So I don't know where I'm saving screenshots these days, apparently.
That's what I get. That's where I get myself in trouble, is because I forget where I save them, because sometimes I grab them so fast, and the next thing I know, I've saved 10, and then I know I have it. And if I don't have time to go look for it, I'll be like, Quester.
I know where I put it. I'm just special. So my apologies, everyone. I'm getting it. I hit the wrong button. I'm not.
And wait till you guys see this little video thing that she made. This is super great.
I don't use my computer as much as I used to, guys. So when I try to find things, it's not as easy as it used to be for me.
Chester, that is the golden question with everything. Why did he keep the car?
Chester, say his question out loud so that people can hear. I'm sorry.
Chester said, if Rick Allen was guilty, would he have kept the car? No, I wouldn't think so. I mean, they want you to believe that he got rid of the phone, which you know, we know that they have more information on that phone than what the state is telling us. But Kathy claimed that there was a phone that Rick Allen ran over with the lawnmower, which is highly plausible. But at that time, in 2017, 2018, that is when phones started to, you know, you could upgrade or change out a phone. So he wouldn't necessarily, and at the end of the day, it's not, you know, he doesn't have a responsibility. If you're innocent, you're not even thinking, oh shit, I can't get rid of that phone in case 7 years down the road, somebody wants to look at it. He handed his phone to Dan Doolin. That phone was in law enforcement's hand. They had the battery out of the phone. They have the EMI number. You know, you can't fault Rick Allen for the failed investigator's job, period. Hit that like button, guys. Yes, please, please, please. It helps.
I didn't even click on the right photo even. I'm sorry.
Fun guy.
This is how... I know. I thought I had everything. I was so ready. I felt like I was great. But yeah, just
fine.
You know what? I'll just I'll just go between windows. So you can just bring it back over here. I'll just go between windows now. All right, because I don't want you guys to wait. And oh, please let me know. Also, if I do talk over Amy, sometimes it is hard for me to tell. Because my Wi-Fi can be finicky. We are working on it. It's just because my husband put he put like an ad blocker, like a hard-coded ad blocker into the Wi-Fi. It's actually called a high hole. What's it called? So, all right. So I would like everyone to look at these 5 vehicles. We have the Honda Fit, which is manufactured throughout the 2010s. And so one thing to understand is when you say 2017 here, 2017, it would have already been released in 2016. All right. So like late 2016, that's when these cars come out. We don't know a lot of the cars, and we actually don't even know if this car that we see that they claim is Rick Allen's, we do not know if that car is even relevant. We don't know if that's just a car that passed that day and then they're like, oh, that one kind of looks like his car. Let's do it.
And to putting that into bigger perspective, think about all of the people's vehicles that we know were on the trail that day, whose vehicles were never shown to us in an exhibit. Starting with Sarah Carball. We are shown her vehicle one time. However, she would have passed based on her testimony that she had gone by the trails that day 4 times. Coming and going 4 times mean her vehicle should have been seen on that camera up to 8 times. So this car being chosen at this time, I have always felt this vehicle was chosen because it looked similar to a car that Rick owned, not necessarily one that he drove in 2017, but for the mere fact that was the one solid rock piece they could show us, because they knew where the 4 girls were at 1:26 taking a photo on the bench. They needed Rick Allen to be in the vicinity at the beginning of the trail around that time. And I've got something else I'm going to show you later on, but go ahead, Fun Guy. Sorry, I just wanted to throw that out there about the cars. Fun Guy, you might be muted.
Oh, shoot. Yeah. So with that note, you kind of reminded me about Sarah Carball. If you guys can this week, Shaboogies made a really, really great stream about Kathy Shank and some whistleblowers who came forward to talk about a former Delphi law enforcement officer, or reserve deputy, from the area.
Shaboogies is in chat. So Shaboogies, drop your channel link in the chat too. So that gives everybody else something else to go listen to on top of Michael's podcast.
Yes, after this, after Michael's, or whichever order, but please watch her stream, because it is really good. She worked really hard, and Keith is really, really funny in it. And I almost like cut off my finger because I was working the power tool when I was listening to it. Just a little too TMI there, but I cannot recommend enough. Please listen to Shaboogies, because there's some pretty big information there, and I kind of want to delve into it a little deeper too. But anyway, so let's go back to this car. So we see, you guys can't even see my hands like pointing at the screen, and I'm realizing right now you can't see this. But okay, so you see, so I want to name these 5 types of cars that we have here: the Honda Fit, the Toyota Prius V. So there's a Toyota Prius, which is like a very compact, tiny baby car. Like, doesn't have like, dog, you need to leave. Sorry. There's a tiny, it doesn't have this large trunk, or, it doesn't have this the rear of the car doesn't match. But if you add the V right here, it is a special version that was made until 2017. It was made from 2012 to 2017. The Honda Fit here was made prior to 2010 as well. However, I believe that our relevant years are going to be from 2010 to 2017. And remember, 2017 vehicles are released in late 2016. What will happen is a manufacturer will usually allow test drivers from either the company or contracted out drivers, and they'll just basically test drive it. And that's why you will see brand new current year models at a used car dealership, and they'll say they're used because they technically are used. So fun fact. All right, our next one is the Hyundai Santa Fe Sportage. This version with the trunk window, the triangle here. This version was released from 2013. And after 2017, but of course we're going to stop 2017 because we cannot go into the future. So these are the versions. And if you notice, there are some small differences with the trim packages that you can get. Like, for instance, you see that these ones kind of have like this darker, more of a plastic kind of bumper type thing. These, this one, maybe this one does too, but some of them have a little bit more of like, here's in the Tucson that we're going to go into later. There's a few cars that like, they'll sometimes have plastic like bumpers like this instead of the sort of matching the shell of the actual thing. So you'll notice that, and sometimes between trim levels, they will change the taillight design as well. So I wanted to keep that in mind. And just keep in mind these things when you're thinking about it. Redacted, apparently, Woman Doom Redacted has a DeLorean, and I'm jealous now. But so I want to keep that in mind. And then something else that's very distinguishing about our car in our photos here that I want to point out is you can kind of see where there's a little bit of like a headlight well. And another thing to keep in mind, I'm just going to point out the things that I see with this, because when I go mushroom hunting, guys, what I do is I'm trying to ID a mushroom, because IDing a mushroom, it's kind of important that you get it right. And you can't really do that with a ton of confidence unless you do it like on you look at the spores themselves. But I mean, there's some mushrooms that you can, but do it with the eyeball. But if you want to do it with 100% confidence, you got to look at the spores or, go further. But so this is what I do though. I look at a comparison, and then I look at the features and I compare. And so I feel like I've been training all my life for this. So cars, usually the designs will have kind of these like alignments. Like you can see, okay, the bottom of the windows here, well, they go to right about the top of where that tail light is. That's not universal on all cars. Then we can see, like right here, it kind of looks like this might be the back of the front door. Well, we can put a straight line there, try to align that, and then here, right here, it looks like that might be where the triangle window kind of starts and ends. Well, we can put another one through there, and now we can kind of see that is where that's before the rear tire. So it just try to, like, if you need to print it out, draw lines on it. That's what we do. That's what we do, man. Veronica at Veronica Hushit says, which aka Veronica, our friend here, asked if we are going over Rick's car. We're going over what the state says is Rick's car and what we know not to be a Ford Focus, so it cannot be Rick's car. So I just want to make that clear for anyone popping in. So I just want to also make clear that this photo here was a different photo than these photos. I took it from the evidence from the stills from the Hoosier Harvest store. This one just happened to show a little bit better of the taillight design. That equals sign almost looking type thing right there. See if you guys can see that right in there. So I think that's just such a good identifier. That and this back. So our cars, we're going to continue. We got the Hyundai Santa Fe Sportage. Now, or Sport. Sometimes they say Sport. Sometimes they say Sportage. Just remember that it has to have the Sport part at the end, or else this triangle window here, it does not match the same angle in our mystery car. Next, we have the Hyundai Tucson. And you can see I've had the models up to 2010 because this one also was available for, I think, earlier than, I don't remember how early it was. I just was looking at this, but apologies. But we can kind of see that it's consistent throughout. And just because this one has some silver trim on it, that just means that it's the trim package that this car came with. So this one's like a higher end version. That's what these higher end versions will have that. So this is like kind of an optional thing. If you get the lower end version of it, then it won't have that, and it'll look more kind of like our mystery car. So just keep that in mind too. What we like to do here is we like to kind of, it's a group effort. So I'm just trying to give you guys all the tools in the toolbox to properly try to make your own assessments. Like I don't want to make up. This is why I'm trying to present all these. I think I know which one it is, but I think I know what type of car this is, but I'm not the kind of person who wants to just find one and then try to make the evidence match it. I want to eliminate the other possibilities because here we are thorough, and I know that's what Amy likes, and I know that's what a real thing is like. People are impatient in the chat. Yeah, I'm not going to tell you yet what one I think it is. Well, unless you guys, do you want me to tell you what I think it is? I kind of wanted to hear your opinions first for a week and let you guys just, roast with that. Oh, and then, the final car that we have is the Lexus NX. So I just want to reiterate, here are our 5 versions of cars. Honda Fit. Darn, I keep pointing at the screen, and I know you guys can't see my hand. I have checked the blacks. I have checked Subaru Impreza. The back thing does not show that. Is not the same. It just doesn't match up. I can look one up and show you guys in a minute, but eliminated that pretty quickly. I was like, I wish I wasn't impressed. It would have been way easier. Yeah, and I'm going to show you someone said, I wish we had the video. The pictures released / exhibits, the rear window looks as though they were tinted. RAs didn't have tint. I put those together and made a video. So I will show you guys that right after this if Amy would like that. So I just want to summarize one more time because another shout out to Shaboogies and Keith. They did this, and I felt like this was very useful for me, at least, and just to summarize every once in a while. Honda Fit, Toyota Prius V, Hyundai Santa Fe Sportage, Hyundai Tucson, Lexus NX. And so if you guys want to look those up, or feel free to screenshot this, feel free to look. We're going to be looking. We're going to be looking into seeing how common these cars are. We're going to be seeing how common they are, and whatever information we can get our hands on. And we'll be delving deeper into it. So what was the consensus? Did you guys want me to say which one I think, or do you guys want to kind of think about for like a week and kind of we can do a poll even and give our own opinions, and then we can kind of go into it. I want to, Amy, what do you think? You're muted. Or I'm here alone. I'm here alone. This is my now. Thank you. Oh, Quester's here. Okay.
I'm here. Sorry, I'm checking on the baby.
No, it's okay. I figured. I just wanted to make that joke that this is my stream now. Okay. So Amy, do you think I should tell them all, or should we put up a poll to ask what they think? No,
yeah,
they did not release. Yeah. What?
Yeah.
No, you go.
So we have one through, what is it? Let me see.
5.
We have 1 through 5 from left to right.
Yeah. So we can actually, you know what? Let's just give in the chat. Can you guys all give us 1 through 5? 1 would be, actually, you know what? We'll do the letters here. C, the column letters. C, D, E, F, G. And you can see which one you guys, so put the letter that you believe that this one resembles most. And we are not going to wait. You are correct. The people have spoken. We will not wait. But I do want to see more letters in the chat. Oh, we have a D. I will behave.
We have 2 Ds. If number 2 is a D, we have a F.
Okay.
D, B, D, right. F.
So remember, what we're looking at is the columns up here. So you can see C is a Honda Fit. D, a Toyota Prius. E, Hyundai Santa Fe Sportage. Or Prius V, I'm sorry. Yeah, Amy, you want to make a poll in the YouTube?
Yep.
And if you want, we won't wait a week, but would it be acceptable, my friends, if we perhaps waited until later in the stream?
Yes, we can do that. So
Amy's spoken. We can't have it any other way. Sorry, guys. So yes, she will make that. And yeah, I know those taillights, right? So let's just take a little bit closer look at everything here. Yeah, I'll just let you guys kind of scan.
Okay, so we have C as an option, D as an option.
You just put Fit, Prius V, Santa Fe, Sportage,
okay,
Santa Fe, Tucson, NX. Just so people understand what they're talking about here. And I sent you the link to the spreadsheet. So if
What's the last choice again? We have the Santa Fe and then what? I can't see both screens.
We have the Fit, Prius V, Santa Fe, Tucson, and an NX.
And hold on. Okay.
Yeah, it's weird. I know. I agree. Big JD. Yes, I can. Do you want the original? Yeah. Do you, just message me on X, and I will try to remember after this. Okay. So yeah. So we will. We appreciate you just what.
Problem on the poll. It only gives us 4 options.
Let's eliminate one. I think we can eliminate the Fit. Skin Rose says, back in the day when all cars didn't look the same, ... 100%, I agree. That is a huge issue. My husband was literally saying the same exact thing. And just remember, guys, the coloration in these photos, I fooled around with them. Do the original or the photos that I messed around with. Yeah. You can just don't even think about that part. Just look at the details. Look at the details, my friends. All right. Amy has posted a poll. So we will reveal that in a little bit. And I will reveal what I believe my answer and what I believe the others have concurred with. But Candy, just if you forgot your letter, just look at the just look at the poll, and she's got the actual names of the cars on them. All right. So what I'm going to show you next is this is the video. Oh wait, this is the weird video. I'm sorry. Wait for it. Is this it? Is this my number? Okay, we are opening. It's not responding. Oh, now media is offline.
This is where we started talking about shadows and angles of the sun.
And
we
literally couldn't get over past this.
Yeah.
Brienne, we just appreciate you being here. If you can't see very well, or if you guys are driving and listening to this, or if you can't, look at the screen, no big deal. We just appreciate you being here, and it's you can make up your mind and rewatch later if you want. So we appreciate that.
You can do Brienne, you could do a screenshot of our screen, so you can go back when you're inside out of the sun and look at the video, or you can do a screen record and go back, or just remember that you can always go back and check back through pieces of the video that you couldn't see very well once you're inside. But go ahead, Fungi.
My biggest thing is I just don't want to bring bias into what I want to see what you guys. That's why I kind of that's why I shared Betsy Blair's car last week, because I was like, I don't want them to know whose this is. I just want to know what they think. So that's all. I just wanted to see what your opinions were without any other information. I hope you guys understand that. Thank you, Chris, for saying Happy Valentine's Day. Thank you. Happy Valentine's Day to the rest of you. Anyway, so let's take a look at what I did here. Oh, let me move my notebook. And there we go. So what I did here is I took all the still frames from our, I took all the still frames from our, let me see if I can get this a little bit, okay. From our, the 10 still frames that they gave us of Rick's, quote unquote, Rick's car going past the Hoosier Harvest store. And, so I put them together and I added the stabilization feature from my program, DaVinci. And this is a pretty good feature, but the only thing that I just want to tell you guys is compared to the original, it will be zoomed in a little bit in order to get the stabilization. So that's why this number is cut off right here. I'm just letting you guys know that. Otherwise, I have not edited it in the slightest. So I want to point out, here's Rick's car right here. Or what they say is, we're going to call it mystery car. Here's mystery car. All right, here's our mystery car. And I want you guys to just watch each, because I only have these frames, but we can make it a video. So here's. There we go. And so this is actually, it's going to be a little bit of a different speed each time, just because I am manually scrubbing through it with a circular sort of dial. So,
and one of the things that popped out to me was that this vehicle appears to be a bigger vehicle than a Ford Focus.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. So we can see that tail light even without any of the effects I put on. Look at that.
And that tail light,
look at that.
that tail light is in the form fungi labeled it, it's in the form of an equal sign.
Yes.
One light over top of another. Very similar to the equal sign, which is...
Here, I'll show you. This one's a little bit easier to search here. This one's a little bit easier to see on this right here. See, you can see it a little bit easier in this version of this photo.
Which is not what we see on Rick's taillight.
Is this even close? Look at Rick's taillight here for a second, guys. My friends.
It's not even close.
Yeah, let me get that side shot of this car here. Here, my friends. Rick's taillight, equal sign. Shapes are hard though. In the investigator's defense, shapes are very hard.
Chester, when you say the expressway, how far off the expressway is Delphi? The bridge?
Do you mean
well, it depends on which freeway you're on. If you're on the Hoosier Highway, you can literally go right under Freedom Bridge and turn right and go right into downtown. If you're coming, I forget what freeway it is on the other side of Delphi. It's pretty much the same thing. You run through town first. But if you're on the Hoosier Harvest Highway or the Hoosier Highway, you literally go under the Freedom Bridge, or right before you go under the Free Bridge, depending on which direction you're going. It's right there.
Here's downtown Delphi is right here. This is where the bodies were found right here. Here's the cemetery. Here's the trail. Here's the bridge. And here's the Hoosier Harvest Highway. Here's the Hoosier Harvest store. So look at how close this is. Just look at how close this is. It is very, very close. You guys, so you can see it right here. You could walk. I mean, you could easily walk to it, but like you could throw a stone to it at this point. I mean, it's very easy to see here.
And we're gonna do a little bit of I want to do if Lyndon stays asleep, I want to do we need to do a little bit of a time run today. So, all right, let's keep it moving. But look at the taillights. Those taillights are, and I'm going to throw up one more picture here.
Don't throw up.
Well, I am going to throw it up on the screen. Give me 1 second.
I thought it looked like a Subaru too, but they don't have this taillight feature, and I just couldn't find a good match for the front end. And yeah, what are you pointing to here, Amy? What are we pointing to here?
So this is taken straight from the exhibit. I zoomed in, and there's something missing that you can clearly see here on the back of the hood of Rick's car, which is his antenna. And in the state's exhibit, there's absolutely no antenna coming off the back of this vehicle. It would be standing up within that circle. You would see it, and it's not there. This is not Rick Allen's Ford Focus. It is abundantly clear.
Skin Row asked, would it be best to show the best Hoosier Harvest store image real quick so I can screen grab it? So anything I show here is going to be downgraded a little bit. So I would recommend please going to just search All Eyes on Delphi. And then there will be a thing that says Google Drive. You will find there's a folder for the trial. And then you will see state exhibits. And you will find the best zoomed in photo.
I'll post it in the chat for you.
It's in the form of a PDF, but you can screenshot the PDF and you can really zoom in better on the PDF. So I just really wanted to point that out. There's one more thing I wanted to point out about this video before we move along, and this is something that someone I've learned to call a very dear friend to me lately. It could change though. No, I'm kidding. April, she pointed this out a while back.
Skin
And
Row,
it is,
the link is in the chat for you. Go ahead, Fungi, sorry.
no, you're good, girl. You're good. I interrupt you enough. All right. So I just want to point this out that April was the one who was brilliant about this, and she figured this out. She saw this first, but I put it together as a video. Watch the intervals in which we see. Yes, I have compared the Ford Fiesta, by the way. Watch the intervals in which we see this car. Whoop, boop, 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 boop. Does that appear inconsistent to you guys? Like,
Sorry,
right?
do it again because
Amy, thanks a lot, Amy. Thanks.
I didn't have the screen shared.
Okay, everyone, that was just a dry run. I was just making those noises just because. I wasn't really doing this. All right. So watch this, guys. Rick's car right here. I want you to watch the intervals in which each of the frames. So these frames are allegedly 1 second per. And, you know, I mean, I'm comparing the timestamps. That was of the full screen here. And I was also comparing what they put on the exhibits. Yeah, they each say that they're 1 second interval. However, it looks a little bit weird because we go boop, 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 boop. Dude, can we look at this? Watch this. Whoa, that's a jump. It teleported. No.
It looks like we're missing a screenshot or two of the vehicle.
I think we were missing one because look at how either they're going slower there, but we don't see any brake lights. So what gives, right? April saw this when it was just images. So huge shout out to my girl here.
April's my girl too, by the way, you guys. She is my partner in crime, boots on the ground. When I was in Delphi, she was the one who was with me when we got caught at Weber's, and she's the one who's done all of case by cases, timed walks on the trail for us that we have. And she is critical thinker in the chat, by the way.
And I love her. She's amazing. And I'm sorry, so I just wanted to point that out. I just thought that was interesting. Oh, one more thing that might be relevant to Questers stuff coming up here. Let's you're going to notice a butterfly right here. See this butterfly? I'm not just pointing this out because I like butterflies in nature. I'm pointing this out because a butterfly creates a shadow. And we have a shadow. See, if you guys can see my mouse, I'm going to zoom in right. So butterfly, shadow. Now I want you guys to watch while I go back. Oop, oop. Oh, there it is again. There's the shadow again. So the butterfly is going too fast to see in this camera. However, we can see its shadow. So I just wanted to point that out. Just think about the direction that is.
I've had a hard time seeing the butterfly.
Can you see the butterfly now?
Yes, I see it now.
Good. It's my friend now. And do you see the shadow? See, it looks like a funny little stick. I thought it was a stick rolling, and I was like, what made this stick roll? Was it the wind? No, it's a butterfly shadow. But this is going to help. Quester. Yeah, it could be a moth. It could be a moth. Okay, I'm calling it a butterfly because it's aesthetically more pleasing to me.
Look at Chris Kruk's comment that I just put up. And Chris, just to clarify, what Fungi's done here is she's taken, we were never given a video of this so-called bridge guy's car. So these are all of the still shots that they presented at trial as an exhibit. And what Fungi did was she lined them up one after the other in order and made this appear as if they were a video. And it's not a video, but he's saying even the trees are different in these different shots. So he thinks that there's more images missing.
I don't necessarily agree with that part. Sorry, the one is cut off a little bit just because that's where I cropped it because I didn't want to put the whole big PDF in there. But look at, so this is just more artifacting. This to me, the trees aren't inconsistent enough. You know, Elaine Stansby. Sorry, it's hard for me to pronounce. Figure that what that one was out. She says, or presume she says, I don't see why we don't have a video of people getting in and out of the cars. Well, maybe these cars.
In 2017, this was the only parking lot here at the Hoosier Harvest Store, which was not meant for anyone to park there if they were going to the trails. But in 2017, there are no cameras at any of the parking spots that I'm aware of. And I'm not sure if they've installed any now. Maybe in the new big one that they built on the other side of the Red Bridge. That's a good thing to check out next time I'm there. April's been begging me to come because the water, everything is melting right now, and the water and the creek is really high. So I'm going to see when I can, as soon as I can get out there. But yeah, unfortunately there was no cameras where anybody was parking that I know of. And unfortunately,
no, you go.
This building here had 4 cameras, and we were still never provided a video. And this camera here sits way back from the road on the side of the building, and there's actually a camera that's much closer to the road. It was never mentioned at trial how many cameras were on this building, and it was never mentioned at any point in time in any documentation that I can find where it says they had 4 cameras, but only one of them worked. There was never any explanation as to why we never got a video. And there was really not an explanation as to why the timestamp was off. And the defense just stipulated to it and said, okay, because the state said the timestamp's off, we agree to it.
Someone said that looks like the second car might have a little height bump. It might be part of the stabilization.
I agree that second image of that car, I swear the shape of the vehicle from the first, do the first 2 frames, like the nose of the car coming in from the left.
Oh, the one over the Rick, the mystery vehicle, you mean? Okay.
Yes, that vehicle to there. Now look, from there to the next one.
You can kind of see kind of a divot right there. Oh, sorry.
To that image, this image and that vehicle, to me, I would not. If somebody,
but it might be the angle.
It could be the angle, but to me, if you screenshotted each of them separately and you put them side by side, and you didn't tell people that this was from the same road, from the same camera, I'm sure you'd have people go, well, I don't think it's the same car.
Yeah, so that final note, and then I'll let Quester or I can do the map thing. I just wanted to note the reason I was pointing out that butterfly shadow is because look at the shadow. So we know it's not coming from behind the Hoosier Harvest Store. So we can eliminate that direction because there is no shadow directly right here. However, we can see with these cars, guys, we can see the shadows go right here. So the sun is coming from this direction. And that's something Quester noticed right away. And I think he's going to, I don't know what he's about to share, but I know he's probably going to blow your mind because he will blow.
In one of these exhibits, Quester identified that the interior of the vehicle is reflected with the sun, and it appears to be a light colored interior, to where Rick Allen's dash and interior is black.
Oh yeah, no, I think I know where that is. Yeah, one second. Let's get it. Actually, I think we can see it in one of my images that I hold around with here. One sec. You can kind of see a little bit right here, but it's not great. That one's not great either. Here, this is. Oh, excuse you. It's a little bit more of an original. This is closer to the original. You can kind of see it's lighter, but that might be the sun. Yeah, so maybe Quester has. Who owns the 2 cars parked? I don't know. Though, I don't know if I want to open up this can of worms too, but during the stills from when I was looking at these stills, there's other stills of Betsy Blair's car coming by. And there's another car parked right over here that is, see, that Indy Cindy, I believe she's identified as a GMC Acadia that is sort of maroon red. And I can grab, actually, I have that open. I can grab that, yeah. Just so we're completely clear what I'm talking about. Well, maybe I can grab it.
Fungi?
It's in. Yes, sir.
Fungi? You just said
Yes,
that
sir.
one of them's an Acadia, yeah?
One of them's in what?
One of
An
them's
Acadia?
that vehicle right there.
The one closest to us?
Yes, a GMC
Yes.
Acadia. Yep.
Do you know who's got a...
Anyone with a... I was just
We
about
know
to
somebody who
ask.
owns a black Acadia. Who was there.
Does this look red or black, guys?
I can't tell.
Looks black to me.
So this here, Betsy Blair's car going by. And this would have been at allegedly 12:02:59.
But you see the car on the right?
This one. You want to see something fun, Quester? You want to see where the next frame, Betsy Blair.
Well, before you move on,
It's gone.
Hold on.
do you want to know who owns it? Do you want to know who owns it? An Acadia, black.
Who?
Tara German, she did.
Yes, Tara. Yes, Tara German did. So at 2:02, Betsy Blair's arriving, and the Acadia is there.
12:02.
What's 12:02, and then she's leaving at what time?
1:15.
Okay, and that car's gone.
Yeah, once just making sure that, yeah, okay, that's right. Here's here's Betsy Blair coming back, and here's Kelsey German's car, guys. Cream Bonneville. We will be talking about that Bonneville. Yeah, but question, hey. See the
I like all
shadows
your
in this
times that
picture?
you're giving. I'm going to trash them all in a minute.
I love this so much. They're not my time picks. That's the best part. I don't care.
Yeah.
That Sean Wall says that's Tucson or whatever is not black. This one that we were talking about here is an Acadia. See, it's got the little GMC logo thingy here, and see, it's got this little silver trim, which I'm personally, I'm just very familiar with Acadias.
I think I think it's got a maroon look to it, or like a reddish maroon.
Same, but what do I know? Oh, and guys, look at the shadow right here. Quester, you see the shadow?
Oh, yes.
Quester, this is actually, I didn't think about this. I didn't see it. I am discovering things as we go. Look at that shadow. I want you guys to look at one more time. Can we just compare it with 2 hours later? Let's see if that, oh, it's gone. So it's gone 1 hour later. I don't know if that's consistent, but I'm sure Quester could tell us. But look, okay, wait, look at the shadows of these cars and let's compare them. Okay, a little bit more. Oop. I don't know.
Interesting, isn't it?
Look at the cars.
Oh, I hate when things are interesting in this case. I hate. Yeah, so we don't know if it's maroon or if it's black. Oh, there's a baby. So, just something to think about before. Oh my God, look, the butterfly's back. Quester, no way. There's no way.
Not only is it black, it's reflecting in the shadow.
The butterfly is back. How does this happen? Okay, that's weird, guys. I didn't.
Okay, wait a minute. The butterfly's back when Betsy Blair's going back to the bridge?
Yeah,
And
not
how
in
are
that
you-
same place, but there's a butterfly. Wait, one sec. Let me just compare. Sorry, fellas. I need to just compare to see if this looks, if someone like copied this butterfly into the frame or whatever. Okay, so here's our butterfly here. Slightly different spot, but dude, wait. Okay, what are the odds, guys, that it's not in the exact same spot, but what are the odds that it's in the exact same like position? That's messing me up. That's messing me up a lot. And the thing is, we know it's not just a thing on the screen because we have this shadow here. It's not dust because it has a shadow. Okay, but what are the odds?
In regard to the shadow, yeah.
Yeah.
To the other picture of this. Right, now you see that car, there's a reflection on its screen. Yeah? Which tells you the sun is somewhere to the left of it. Our left, yeah?
But not directly behind the building, or else there would be a shadow here,
No.
right?
It's obviously going to be high into the left somewhere. Yeah, I'll get into that in a minute. Yeah?
It's only not in the same spot because it's zoomed, someone said. Wait. No, wait, what's that, Quester?
Well, if you go to the next one.
It's right here. Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Do you want
now look at that car again. The reflection's gone. Okay. Hello, we've gone. Now the other picture.
Wait, but the reflection's there, isn't it?
The one that's got the long shadow.
Oh, this one?
Yeah. See,
oh,
no
you're
reflection
right. It is
on
gone, guys. Right there. Look right there.
Gone.
It's gone. That's interesting. I don't know.
Which means the sun has moved a lot. It's no longer in a position where it can cause that reflection on that glass. Yet, it's in a position where it's causing this long shadow. And that long shadow would suggest that the sun is somewhere up to the left and upwards.
Yeah. And you see how right here, so this is where the shadow is a little bigger versus our last one. I said, oh, that's not the right one. Versus the next screenshot of Betsy. This is Betsy Blair's again.
And you see the shine on the windscreen again.
Let's look at that.
And now it's gone.
You see how it gets gone. But someone's saying it's in the same spot. It's not in the same, the butterfly was not in the same spot. Okay, look at where it is here. It's on the over the concrete pad. Okay, I understand it's not a butterfly. All right, I understand that. In my heart, I want it to be a butterfly and not a moth because it makes me happier. Okay, there's a little flying insect here. Does that make you guys happy? But to me, okay, this is the weird part. Is it's the exact same shape, and I get that, but I've taken a lot of pictures of flying insects. There are flying insects in February on warm days because they will literally hatch the first warm day that they can find.
Fungi. I'm going to interrupt for just a minute so everybody can see my beautiful little girl. She just woke up.
Hi.
Say hi.
Linden is such a beautiful name.
She's got a baby sister coming in April. So I thank you. She is beautiful. She's a smarty smart girl. But I just wanted why she was sitting here being still. I wanted everybody to see her because she's never got to show her face before. So
hi, girl.
Say
Look at
hi.
The funny mushroom on the screen.
Say hi, Pumpkin Butt. Okay, go ahead. Continue on. Let me share your. I'll share your.
No, that was worth it. That was worth it, guys. All right.
That's a quickie for you, Amy.
Yes.
The name Linden. Old English. Comes from the linden tree, and it symbolizes justice and peace.
Oh, that's nice to know. I'll tell her mommy.
Fun fact: we call them basswoods over here, though. Just fun fact.
Then don't.
I like Quest. I like Quester's version better.
Oh, I got a basswood. I got the house that holds my tree house is a basswood, so it's a very beautiful tree.
Linden's much nicer.
Oh no, I agree. I'm just saying some people over here might call it
a basswood.
In case Steve heard that. So I just wanted to
Okay,
point
yes. So go back to this. Let's get back to this because we have a lot to get through. And I have
all right. So now I'm going to let Quester take it away, unless you want me to go to the map while I'm still here. Unless you have something you want to prelude to that. It is not a reflection. So the reason that we know that this is not this flying insect that I love here is not a reflection is because right here, okay, look at that little straight line. All right, watch this. It's not there. It's there though, because it's flying somewhere else. But see, that is a shadow because it's gone completely. So we know it's not just a stick trying to roll, but it's that butterfly. Okay, that's why we're talking about the butterfly, because of the angle of the shadow of this butterfly, because it ties into everything that Question's doing. So I'm sorry that I'm talking about a butterfly. Butterflies can and do come out.
Or it's
spring,
a moth.
Especially when it's a flying insect, Amy. Okay, you don't know what it identifies as. But another thing I just want to point out, you can see that there is moisture on the road here. So it has not been too dry, okay? That's the last thing I want to point out, unless Amy wants me to go straight to the map. Otherwise, if she wants to like sub or like bring a little more into that afterward, or to preview that what I'm sharing with the map, then she can do what she wants. Take it away, other people.
Quester?
Okay, first thing, what's the time for this photograph? What's the time for this photograph?
Sir, would you like the official time or the
police time?
Okay, well, I have it right here because All Eyes is amazing. She organizes things, and I can't ever hope to be this organized. 1:27:35.
1:27:35. Okay.
Would you like anything else, sir?
Let's do it. That's okay. I'll run through it without reading that. It's okay. Right.
Okay, Your Eminence.
Now the dreaded butterfly and shadow do fit actually. They align perfectly with that road, the drive-in. And that drive-in aligns perfectly north-south, south-north, whichever way you want to look at it.
Well, the building doesn't though. It's like it's at 180. It's at 180, isn't it? Degrees, 0.2. I measured in the one presentation I sent you guys.
So say again?
I thought the building, the Hoosier Harvest Store building, was at like a 180 degrees or whatever.
Yeah, what's 180 degrees?
It's oh my God, he's right. I'm sorry. Please carry on. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go.
That will be removed in the video later.
For those that don't get this, 180 degrees is exactly what he just said it was. It's completely, it's aligned correctly. All right. I'm sorry.
Never mind.
I'm gonna behave now.
Well,
okay. Is there something I need to have on the screen right now, Quester?
Not at the moment. No, that's fine. I'll just explain. So that's running dead north-south. Now, all the other stuff there, the telegraph pole, all the shadows of the parked cars, etc., are also showing north-south. Perfect. Now, what that is saying to you is that what we're experiencing here is called solar noon. Now, solar noon is different to noon. Obviously, that's why it's called something different. Solar noon is when the sun reaches its highest point in the sky and when it is directly south in the northern hemisphere. Solar noon does not always occur dead on 12 o'clock. The time will vary based on where you are and the time of the year. Now, I've checked this up, and in Delphi on the 13th of February 2017, solar noon occurred at 5 minutes past 1 in the afternoon. Now, what was the time this picture was again, Amy?
2:21. 2:21.
So how do you take a photograph at 2:21 when it's 5 minutes past 1?
Which
Immediately
photograph are we
we've just trashed those times. The sun says it is at 1:05.
Which has always been our argument that the Hoosier Harvest Store camera times are not correct.
Correct.
Or we are being shown vehicles out of order in the day and being
Correct.
told they were seen at these specific times without the video of the entire. I would say we would need video from 11:45 in the morning to about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Without having that stream of video, they can tell us whatever they want. And that's pretty much what they've done.
Yep. Essentially, what they've done is they've moved everything by about an hour and a half. But the sun has caught them out. Now, this has a knock-on effect. You can now say you have to alter every single car time by 1.5 hours. What does that do to the car they said was Kelsey's? It means that car was there 1.5 hours before they say it was.
Before
Problem is, you have to take 1.5 hours off what they said.
Okay.
So if they said that white car was there at 1:48, it was there at 12:15.
That's if the timestamps
If they cheated on all of them equally, yeah.
Yeah, if they cheated on all of them equally, which I don't believe they would have had that kind of luck. I think it's more than likely they timestamped, they took the vehicles from that video or a video that they retrieved from the Hoosier Harvest Store, and they utilized those photos.
I agree. And there is support. There is support for what you're saying. Betsy Blair's car. If you knocked an hour and a half off her times, it just wouldn't fit with anything. You can knock about 25 minutes off, and then it actually fits with her Fitbit.
And and really, you know, they did a bang up job with this stuff to begin with. But when, you know, outside of the screenshots that we have here, if we hadn't done the actual timed walk that we did of the loop that Betsy Blair claimed that she did the third time, we would have never known that either it's one or two things. And I have no reason to believe that Betsy Blair would lie. Either just remember, Betsy Blair was pretty much pushed off to the side at the beginning of this investigation after she gave her initial witness statement and she did her sketch. It wasn't until 2 years later that Betsy Blair was brought back in. But Betsy Blair said she did her third full loop after she came back from the library. And when she left the trail, they have her on that camera at 2:18. Well, Betsy Blair, if she did her walk at a fast pace, if she did it at a slower pace, it would even be longer. But even at the fast pace that April did the walk, Betsy Blair was not even back to the Mears trailhead entrance at 2:15. So if she's not made it back on her third loop by 2:15, how is she on the Hoosier Harvest Store camera at 2:18? All of these pieces of the puzzle just really destroy the state's case. Yes.
Can you put up Tammy's last remark, which starts, if you go back. Because she's just earned Medal of the Week.
Okay.
Well done, Tammy.
Tammy said, if you go back to the girls on the bridge, look at how long their shadows are. Okay, so which pics are you talking about? The 207 photo, or are you talking about
all of them?
Yeah. Can you put up my picture of the map with the big yellow arrows on?
Yep.
Here we go. Right. Top left, we have the sun angle we've just been discussing. Supposedly at 148, but we know it's at 105. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
If we then go down to the bottom right, then you can see the angle of the shadows, those long shadows. That's a massive change, isn't it?
So,
Yet, according to the state story, there's only half an hour's difference.
between these two pictures.
Yeah. That is absolutely crazy. It's impossible to move that far, the sun to change that far in half an hour.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, the arrow on the left is at 105. The arrow on the right, if it's at 213, it has moved 1 hour and about 10 minutes. Now, when you work out the sun movement, the sun would probably be pointing somewhere about towards the Mears property, roughly, I would estimate.
Or you're saying it should have been pointing at the Mears.
Yeah, only it wouldn't even have got halfway to that change of angle.
What time, Quester, are you saying? Because I have Stellarium open. I can give you the exact degrees that the sun was at.
By all means, if you can get hold of them. And, well, can you tell us at what time the sun angle would match the angle bottom right?
Where the sun would have been pointing almost towards the crime scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, this will take me a sec, but because I got
Across
to
the
put
bridge
it
to-
into Google Earth and figure out the angle. Quester, do you have offhand what that angle is that that arrow is at? Just because that would help me.
Offhand, no, I haven't got the exact angle.
Well, how dare you?
Can you utilize the crime scene?
Oh, it's perfectly fine. I can do it. Yeah, don't worry about it.
Okay. Chester, today we're not going to look at the BG video today because we have some other things that we're going to get into. But I do want to do a separate live just on the BG video and the frames again, so we can continue to talk about Libby's legs, the pants, the shadows, all of that. Hey, Travis.
You guys keep going. This is going to take me just a sec because I'm me.
All right. So as you can see, there's something very, very wrong here.
So we can come back to this. We can come back to this image.
Right.
Do you want to
move
talk
on to
about the sky or the inside of the car?
Let's move on to the car. Now that we've established that there is something really important here in this shadows, let's have a look and see just how far this problem digs in. Yeah.
And yes, and guys, this took me a minute to figure out. The problem for me was that the photo that we were provided that Libby took was flipped. So that for me was I couldn't get over that initially. So please listen to what Quester is saying. And then Fungi, this is the map that we're going to pull up, correct? With Kelsey's car on it.
Righto.
Okay, so here's what we're going to next. Please, this is
Right.
very difficult. For me, it was difficult to understand. But go ahead, Quester.
Right. Top photograph. This is the photo that we were provided of in the car at 1:44:23 seconds. The location said that they were just past the West 375 North turn and on the West 400 going west. Well, first of all, in the picture, I've outlined 2 shadows and shadings to show you angles of the sun. Second, note that Libby is sitting in the left seat. That's a driver's seat in America. So you have to flip it. That brings you to the picture below. That is what the true picture is. It's an odd thing to do, to flip. Right. So if we move over to on the right hand side, at 1:44, the sun would be to the southwest. So if you're driving west, it should be casting shadows at about 45 degrees in the car. The flipped one complies with that. How very useful. With it flipped, it seems to say, yes, this is okay. This all works out right. They are moving west. However, we know we have to flip it back. And suddenly, now they're seated correctly, but the shadows are on the wrong side. That's the next drawing below. You can see the shadows are all pointing totally the wrong way. I was confused by this at the time because it just did not work. And I thought, okay, let's go from another direction. Let's make those shadows work regardless of which way they're pointing. And the only way those shadows would work is the drawing on the bottom. Turn the car round. You turn the car round and have them driving east, not west. All the shadows fall into place.
And for those of you who are unfamiliar with 300, west would be going in the direction that we see Kelsey and Rick's car driving, that they're showing us is Rick's car and Kelsey's car. East is the opposite direction. And what is compelling, not just about this, is the fact that after 1:44, we are missing all of the phone data of the GPS points until the girls appear on the trail.
Well, we have one more location after this. I'll get to in a sec.
Isn't that still at 144 and some change, or is it 145?
It's at 1:44 and some change.
Yes.
But this one now has them driving away from the trails. They turned around and were going back. Suddenly, their faces, you can see Libby looks as if she's about to spill a tear or two. And Abby in the background is mightily unimpressed. Now, the photo before that, they were laughing and giggling, and that was only 2 minutes before. So in the space of 2 minutes, something happened that mightily peeved these two off enough for them to want to turn around and go back.
And yes, and on top of that, we have, if you watch the videos that Queen of the Hill did for us, there's 2 statements that Kelsey makes when she's describing this drive. One is the statement, when we dropped the girls off, she used the word we. And in another statement, she said, I wish we would have taken another car because we would have had more room.
Yeah. Okay. Now, this photo happened
I figured it out.
just before Bree Wilbur posted on Instagram her photos of the high bridge. It would appear from the phone data that Libby saw them straight away because she opened Instagram and saved them down onto her phone. We then, 1 minute later, have the next location, the GPS location. Oddly, we don't get a photograph. I say oddly because the only time we get these GPS locations is when the camera app is in use. So somewhere along the line, a phone has dropped off the record. But anyway, we've now got Libby having seen.
This case
Libby
is
having
making me
seen.
realize.
Do what?
I don't like the answer that I got.
Oh, hold on a sec.
Shadow question.
Okay, hang on. Let us finish this.
We have these two mightily unimpressed, and then this Bree Wilbur's picture comes in. We have Libby asking Bree if they're still at the bridge, and Bree replying, no, we left 10 minutes ago. 10 minutes means they're still on the trail. Yeah. Right. We then get the next location, the one where we don't get a photograph, anything. Now, this location is further west than they were before, which can only be done if they turned the car around again and started driving west. So whatever was bugging them and they wanted to go home, or wherever it was they wanted to go, they changed their mind, it would appear, on seeing Bree's pictures and turned around again.
These are all hypotheticals, guys. These are things.
This is hypothetical and why, based on what we know, her seeing these and so on. I'm hypotheticalizing, is that the word?
say hypothetical.
Hypotheticalating it.
Yeah. Hey, True Crime Eve.
Right. So we then have them, having done this total 360, and they're back heading towards the west again. Of course, there was time lost in there, a couple of minutes, which then means that they're even less likely to have got to, got to their trails at 1:48. Remember, this is 4 minutes, and they're way away from it. But we have here a question, or a couple of questions. But the biggest one is, what was it that really hacked them off enough that one's nearly crying, the other one's looking daggers, and they turned around to go the other way? Now, all of this was hidden because the pictures were flipped. All of the pictures were flipped. Well, if you'd only flipped this one, it would have been immediately obvious. But by flipping them all, you don't really notice. Yeah? So these shadows are starting to tell a very different story to what the state has put out. Okay?
I'm going to share my screen and walk you through. Is it okay if I just walk through what I did? Because I'm having a very hard time wrapping my head around what I'm doing here. All right.
Yeah, we'll talk through this. So
sure I'm doing this right.
Yeah, talk through it and we can make sure you got it.
Yeah, one sec. I have to put this on my other screen real quick, just because I moved things around a little bit. That's good. All right, so Here we're gonna put an image overlay. We're gonna use Questor's thingy, so it's gonna be, we're gonna browse. I actually know where the image is this time. Boom, we got it. Look at that. All right, perfect. So what we're gonna do, because now we have the image overlaid, I'm just gonna show you guys what this is. I don't care where it is. We just care about this arrow. That's all we care about. What we're gonna do next is we're gonna use this little measurey dicky or doohickey thing. We're just gonna make it is. What do you guys think? That nice and straight? Okay, so here's what I got.
Hey, does that?
And what
okay,
we're gonna be looking.
Is this the arrow from the 213 photograph? Okay, but there's two on that. There's two.
Oh wait, I think I might have done it backwards. 1 second. I'm doing the one that was by the bridge. 1 second. Let me just. So if we go this direction, it's like this. If we go, ooh, no.
Yes, Amy, that arrow is the angle of those the shadows in the 213 video.
This angle. Oh, okay, I might have done this wrong actually then. So then we go. This one is 40.62 degrees. So we're just going to do this together. So just keep that in mind. It's like 41 degrees.
Does it matter where the arrow is on this screen right now, or does the arrow need to be further?
No, it doesn't matter where it is. It just matters the angle. We just wanted the heading basically.
Correct. Yeah.
So that degrees, the number that's the degrees, that's what we wanted. And I was putting it the wrong direction. So that's my bad. I think I might have been doing that for the other ones too. Oops. But here's my program that I'm using. So got date and time. I put the location we have here. I have it as the coordinates. So how we figure out what time. So I was doing this for the other one, which I had at like 2:20, which would have been way later. But since we're saying that's like this, let's go to 40 degrees, like we said we were, and we're going to find the sun in my program. Oh, wait, it's down there. Wait, and this makes less sense now. Because, so it would have had to been the one I originally did, right? Because if, it couldn't have been. So it couldn't have been that angle. So it would have had to actually have been the original one that I did was 216 to 220 degrees. So basically, if you were, just FYI, what I'm trying to say is if you revert, if I make the line go from down to up, it's 40 degrees, up to down, it's 220. You know, so if we go back to how I was though.
So that's a 40-degree movement.
When I was, well, that's just the opposite. No, that was just me saying I think I might have. It's just how I read the thing wrong. But so what we do with this program is we then find the middle of the sun and see these little these little measurements here. So I have it calculated for that place in that day. So if we want to get to like 220 degrees, let's just put 218 because it's right in the middle. So we're right there, 218.5. It would have had to be around 4 o'clock, which would have been impossible at the time. So it would have had to been a different day.
Yep.
So
is that what conclusion you came to?
So you're saying,
oh my God,
okay, so you're saying this bottom photo here with the angle of the sun.
Yeah. I estimated it between 3:30, 4 o'clock.
That line. Yeah. Okay. So that arrow that I was using, that I took and I overlaid it onto the map. I just wanted the angle of that arrow because Questor has this his map. It's nice and north, you know, so it's perfect. So it's exactly what I wanted. And so this is due north because there we go, like that.
Yeah, I estimated it between 3:30 and 4 o'clock, which is a time when they're supposed to be unalive at the crime scene, aren't they?
Yeah, well, what I accidentally did, guys, I want to show you this. I accidentally did from down to up, which that was my mistake. So that's why that's the mistake I made at the beginning. If we instead do from up to down, we're going to get the original estimate I had. So, which would be around 220. So you see, why am I pointing at my screen? You guys can't see this. See like that. So right there, we don't care about this. We don't care about where this arrow is going right now. We just care about the heading right here. Because the heading, if we go in my program, it's called Stellarium. And then we find 220, because we're looking up here. We're going to look for 220. So 220 is about right here, 220 degrees. So we're going to just move this time. Oh, what was that? That was cool. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Sorry. It would have had to been like 425. And I just want you guys to see the process I did through this. It could have even been later. But the thing is, weren't these photos posted earlier? So it would have had to been a different day. Entirely. So,
well, Holy Spirit, we will. Well,
the thing is, if the if those photographs at the store are true-ish, then the video is a fake because it's 2 hours out. If the video is true, then all of the store ones are fake because they're 2 hours out.
I think fake might be the wrong word. I think it would be it's just irrelevant, or it has nothing to do. It possibly has nothing to do with this case because it doesn't align with the other facts. Like I don't want people to think that we're saying that this is some CGI deep fake, whatever the heck Robert Ives or Nick McClelland said about 15-second deep fakes.
The times are fake. The times cannot comport. Yeah.
And I hope it was useful for you guys to see the process of how I did that. And
we're not saying, and these again, guys, are all hypotheticals, but we're not talking about the time in the car necessarily. With these pictures, we're talking about the direction of the sun. And we know that the picture was uploaded flipped because the only photo that was uploaded, looking at the top photo, puts Libby appearing as though she's in the driver's seat of the vehicle. This photo is flipped. The bottom photo is flipped the right way, where it puts Libby in the passenger seat where she actually was. Yes, Fungi.
The measurement that I did was actually for, I believe, the bridge photos, right, Quester?
Yeah, I was addressing.
Okay, I just wanted to make that.
Yeah, I was addressing Travis in the chat. We weren't talking necessarily.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
That's okay. We weren't trying to pinpoint exactly the time based on the shadow or the sun. We're talking about the direction the sun was shining on Libby's face based on the direction that the car was supposed to be traveling. That's what we're talking about.
My apologies. And I think my presentation may help a little bit with visualizing the car. If you would like me to open that up.
Yeah, let's get into that.
Just a quick clarification, guys. Quick clarification, because of what's being talked about in the chat. Now, when you're taking a selfie, it would naturally be flipped. Nowadays, it's all automated. It'll automatically correct it. Back then, if I'm correct, and I could be wrong, you could change the settings to make it do that. Now, these girls, Libby, Kelsey, all that lot, were savvy enough to do that. But even if they didn't, that's just arguing about who flipped it and why, which isn't really relevant. The relevant point is it is flipped, you put it back, and suddenly everything becomes clear. Okay?
Yes.
So,
Amy,
do you need me to pull up your screen? Yeah.
Yeah. And then I can just... Quester, if you actually want to narrate, I don't know, because I'm just going to provide the visual here. Because I've used your information So this is the patty house. They're coming out, and I put a teeny little adorable Bonneville right here. It's the same make, and hopefully the same. I think it's the same color too, so we can really visualize things now. And Quester, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you. This is where the first GPS was. I guess I'm gonna be narrating now. It's my now.
Yeah, roughly there.
And
yeah.
this is where the second one is, and this is where that first picture is. Now, Amy, did you want to bring up that first picture again? So now, okay, I just want everyone to think about that. And so this yellow line, this is the sun angle at the time. I just want everyone to think about that, okay? That's the sun angle at the time. I calculated it using that program.
Hitting the car smack on the side, on the driver's side.
I would, Amy, if you would bring out the 140 picture so we can, now people can kind of think about the orientation of the Bonneville. Why am I using my hand? Why am I using my hand? Try to point things.
That's not the picture.
Just think,
Okay,
that's not the picture for that point.
Sorry.
we need the happy one.
I don't have that picture.
How dare you?
Which picture?
I think it is 140, the happy picture.
Yep.
Was it in the groups that you sent?
No.
Well, that's why.
That's why I don't have it in here.
It's in the
It's not my
evidence
fault, that's all I know.
file.
Yeah. We just felt like showing you guys the orientation of the Bonneville at each point on these pictures would help you
I'll see if I can find
understand
it.
Quester's wonder. Actually, you know what? I probably have it. One sec. Because I have the things open. Oh gosh, what am I doing here? What is this? Did I exit that? No, I didn't. Amazing. All right, let me find it. Wait, it's not in the state's trial exhibits. That's great. It's great to know. I love this case. I also hate this case. I do not see it in the files. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys.
I don't think I have it.
Well, we do know that there's two pictures.
The 141, I think, is as they were coming down, going south.
This is where the coordinates on the map were when I got the map. So, yes, apologies. I thought we had that picture, but so that's where the first picture is. And once we get that, we can do that. But if you want, I can keep going for now. We can see, look at our little Bonneville. It's going. Oh, look, now it's going down this way. See, look at how it's going past
140. That's where the smiley face one is.
Yeah, that's the happy one. So I'll just keep going on this until they find the picture, and so that we don't waste any of your time. So we're still going down, and so just think about the orientation of the Bonneville here, and then in relation to the sun. The sun is still going to basically be this direction. Okay, I just want everyone to think about that. So it's coming from this back here, coming from back here. So now their faces are going to be toward the sun with this. They're going to have to put their little windshield, or the little thingy on the top of the above the windshield visor. That the little visor. She's got the word. The little visor. They're going to have to bring that visor down. The sun's in their eyes. Oh, they stop here for some unknown reason. So there's the car at an angle because we're thorough here. Oh, here we go again. All right, we're going back down. Yes, Quester, what do you need?
Right, that is the one right there. The 143 is the one where they've got the "I'm well pissed off." That's the one.
No. It's right. It's right here. Right here. It's further
Yep.
down. Yeah, I just did one Bonneville for each GPS location. And so here's the pissed off picture. Here's where it is. And I have the sun angle for that too. Here it is. Sun angle is going to be like this. So I want everyone to think about the orientation of the Bonneville. Okay, so Kelsey, Libby, Abby. Wait, yeah. Wait, is Abby behind Kelsey or?
No,
Abby is behind Kelsey.
Okay, so
This
Abby,
is assuming that it was
Kelsey.
Kelsey driving, of course, because we don't see her.
Yes. So I'm sorry. I got Abby mixed up. It's the visual. See, even I can get it mixed up. No, I'm kidding. I do it all the time. So sun coming from the southish, this direction. All right. This yellow line is going to show you exactly. So just Bonneville, yellow line. Amy, if you want to bring up the sad picture, we can dissect that now because we are there. And we'll go back to that original picture later. But so now that you guys kind of had that orientation in mind, check out what Quester's saying. If Quester wants to. So does this one match up, Quester, is what you're saying? Just to reiterate?
That's the one, yeah. That position you were just saying, yeah.
So the sun would have been shining on the driver's face, on the side of the face of the driver.
Yes.
In this top picture, Libby appears to be in the driver's seat on that road going that direction with the sun shining on the vehicle. Hold on. The driver would have the sun angling in right on her face, which is what appears to be happening with Libby's face in this photograph. However, the top photo is a flipped photo. Libby's not in the driver's seat. Libby is in the passenger seat. So if Libby's in the passenger seat, the sun shining on her face, on this side of her face, means the car would have to have been going the opposite direction.
Correct.
If you believe how the sun rises in the sky and shines through windows.
Now, Quester, my question, I guess, would be, is it possible this is a nice place, Scott Tennis Court, by the way. Could this possibly be a case of they took the picture somewhere else and posted it only at 143?
Well, that's possible because we can't see anything in the background through those windows. It's all completely whited out. So we can't even say that photograph is the one taken there.
Maybe it was taken up here when they were actually going that direction. Who knows?
It could have been taken anywhere, anytime, any day.
Go in that direction.
All we know is if it was taken where it's supposed to have been taken is they were going east.
Yep, which is so
we don't James, we don't know if they pulled behind the barns. All we know is that the GPS tracks with the vehicle on the road, except at that point. It veers off at that location for a few moments, and then it gets back on track. Now, you still have to keep in mind, if you followed the series, we've discussed that there is room for error in these GPS locations. So we're not saying that we're 1,000,000% that the car pulled off. We're just showing what the GPS shows. But for the rest of this,
it also seems to possibly be consistent with the timings intervals.
Yes, and all of these in nefarious things throughout this trip to the trails, the phone data, there's always something screwy going on at very key important times that the state relies on. Especially the back end of this trip where the GPS just stops. We stop getting any information. We know what time Libby unplugged her phone charger from the car. And 1 minute later, Kelsey seen on the Hoosier Harvest Store camera. But it doesn't seem plausible that Betsy Blair and Kelsey German didn't run really right into each other right there at the entrance of the Mears lot. Betsy Blair had to have just pulled in and had been getting out of her car when Libby pulled up behind to drop the girls off. So all of these we are trying to fill the holes in this case with information that could, if proven, make a difference. If we're inaccurate, then we're inaccurate. But like I said, we have all this downtime to discuss this case that doesn't make any sense. So that's what we're doing.
And if Rick Allen's innocent, then hopefully we can help save him sometime by doing some of the legwork, at least. But I'm not saying that our work should be the work that gets on track. We're saying that maybe what we can do is we can kind of pave the road a little bit, so that, or like pave the way, strip the blacktop off so that someone else can make, do the nice finish on the road and present it in court, just so that they get ideas, and they can analyze these without, so many billable hours or whatever. The other thing I just want to point out is, if this is the Patty's house, if they just wanted to go, obviously we all know that we all know that they went to the bridge for reason, those trails. But if they just wanted to go outside, they could have just gone to the Wildcat Wildlife Center and just walked. So, I mean, there's even a little river there.
No, Travis, Libby did not drive. Libby was only 14.
Yeah, so that's why we're concluding.
And she certainly wouldn't be driving using her phone as well, taking selfies. Age 14.
And Kelsey had just got her license, and Kelsey was driving the vehicle, and Libby was in the passenger seat. That's why this photo that at the top, that's why we're talking about, we know that when it was posted, this is a flipped photo because it makes Libby appear to be in the driver's seat. But it was flipped. If you flip it back and you put Libby back into the passenger seat where she actually was, it changes the direction of the sun.
And we're not saying that's nefarious that it got flipped. We're just saying that that could be a setting, that could just be a thing. But we're also saying that I think they acknowledged that at trial. So that's, it's just something
saying age doesn't matter in the country, but we're having a trial of it could. And there's loads and loads of, well, it's possible that they were breaking the law, and it's possible that she was driving with this, and it's possible this, and it's possible that. You've got a whole stream of possibles here, which are incredibly unlikely. But then you take into account the time. All this turning around and swapping seats and so on, there wasn't enough time for it. There wasn't even enough time if you go straight to the trials. So the timescales alone preclude it.
Now, Amy, can I share my screen one more time? Because I would like to show everyone the sun angles I calculated from the stills of all the Hoosier Harvest Stores stills, or what time the sun should be. So look at all these beautiful straight lines. And this is the line that I was very smart, and I was like, Quester, but it's 180 degrees. And he's like, yes, it is. I told you it was straight. And I'm like, oh yeah, 180 degrees means straight up. That's correct. But that actually makes it really easy for us in some ways. But so anyways, the red lines you see here are from Betsy Blair. Let me see if I can make it so it labels these. I hate this. Yeah, so the red one lines are Betsy Blair's. And so I'm gonna remove, just so we can know exactly what I'm talking about here. 1202, 146.36 degrees. Just say 146 degrees about. So this is what it should have been at the 1202 photo. All right. Let me make sure this is perfectly north. All right, we're perfectly north, guys, right here. So if you guys want to take screenshots, you can then compare. If maybe should I turn it to like the exactly west, so that kind of matches the angle of that camera, or if I turn it to the east, perfectly east, then we're kind of at a similar, or maybe even go all the way south, because then we're at a very similar angle as that camera, right? I don't know, whatever's easiest for you to visualize. I'm going to put it north for now, but if you want to, you can literally just flip the photo 90 degrees and then you'll get the same effect. So this is 1202, okay? This is what they say is 115. And I have all these in order. So this would be at 127, which was that the first Rick Allen, or I don't recall which that one's from. Anyways, this is 140. Where is it? Oh no, that's from the Bonneville. Sorry, these ones. And then this one's the next Betsy Blair one. This one's from 146. This one's from 218. And then here's Rick Allen's at allegedly, I believe 356. Or no, wait.
Fungi?
No, this might have been Sarah Carbos. This was Sarah Carbos. I'm so sorry, guys. This one is Rick Allen's.
Question,
this one's Sarah Carbos. Yes?
Question, Fungi. Right, you've got the 180 degrees. Yeah?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Which way should it turn as it goes through the afternoon?
Clockwise, right?
Yeah. Which way are those red ones turning? Anti-clockwise.
So let's put them in order. Let's put them in order right here. All right. So first, okay. So I just want to reiterate this orange one is Rick Allen. This one's Sarah Carbaugh. I got those mixed up. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
So here,
those two red ones.
Boom. Okay. We're good. That one's good.
Those two red ones are before.
Actually, that's right.
Those the first two red ones are before solar noon.
If I put this one though over here, then it shows a little bit better. I'm sorry. I don't know if I can though. Oh,
I don't think you're catching what I'm saying. Those first two red ones, nearest those two, those have to be before solar noon because of the angle they're at. Yeah. Yes,
and the sun would be coming from this way, right?
That access road by the store is solar noon at 105.
So just for the people who are just envisioning this and have no access to the screen right now, we're talking about it's kind of the sun is coming from kind of the south east-ish, but at a pretty steep climbing angle. So if you can kind of picture the map, it's coming.
Yeah, the sun would be going a straight line, straight up that
from south
access road
to northwest. So, and then for these next ones, Quester, explain what you were saying here, or these next ones. I'm sorry.
Right. See, you've got solar noon going up. You got solar noon going up that access road. Yeah, a line like that.
Yes.
That one. Yeah.
Yeah, my bad. I put that one on the other side.
As the afternoon progresses, the angle will change going clockwise. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Right. Those two are fine. But now put the other two red ones up. The ones that
yes, sir.
The other two red lines you had that were. Now those ones would have to be before solar noon, wouldn't they?
Yes, because they don't cross the
yeah.
They don't.
90
They don't cross.
So those two are before 1 o'clock. Considerably before 1 o'clock.
Whoa! I get it now. Okay, you guys getting this?
Yeah.
If I can get it, I think you guys can get it. Wait, I have to look at chat. I haven't looked at chat in too long.
So those are before 105. At the angle they're probably before what? Maybe about 10 o'clock in the morning. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What time?
Yeah.
What time does
Well,
the state say those
Wait, no.
photographs were?
wait, no. I took these measurements, Quester, from. I took these measurements based off the times.
Yeah.
I had the times first.
What time? Yeah. What times do those photographs say?
It said 1:46. I was doing it based off the state's times.
That's okay. Yeah. So the state is saying that those red lines are 1:46.
Or the second two. The first ones were 12:02 and 1:15. These second ones, which I'm going to make a slightly different color, so it's easier to differentiate.
Don't
now,
worry
guys.
about those. Don't worry about those two. It's these first two ones that I'm concerned about.
I see.
Yeah, these two. They are well before 1 o'clock, and the state gave them times after 1 o'clock.
And I just don't know how we could ever verifiably prove that.
The sun proves it.
This, other than what February 13th, where it shows us the sun is. I just think a lot of people.
I gave you a link on the write up I sent to you, Amy. I gave you a link to a solar noon calculator.
Yes, let me pop that up here. So anybody, Michael Osbrook or anybody in the chat, if you want to go look at the sun for this day or any day, the link is in. Screenshot this document, and I'm trying to see where it is exactly. It's up here. It's
up there near the top in blue.
Yep.
All right. I think it. How many of you are getting this in the chat, and how many are confused? Because
a couple are confused. This is what I think we need to do, because we've been on here for
A bit of time out so they can. Yeah.
What I would like to do is I would like to get with both of you and do another presentation where this kind of we've already gone into this calculation. We already have it mapped out correctly to make it more explainable, much easier.
The reason I was asking is because I meant to do a visual of this to help you guys a little bit, but I got a little bit caught up on trying to figure out that car.
That's okay.
So I just wanted to know if that would be worth it.
Yeah, we have plenty of time to we have no limit on these episodes. So, and we're not going to get to today to the stuff that I had, which is fine. That just leaves less work for me this week on the vault, because some of this stuff is going to roll over. So the last thing I'm going to pop up here, and I'm going to let Quester discuss because it goes along with this sun. And these photographs, which is just another way of reinforcing the conversation that started this to begin with, which was the original photographs the state gave us of Rick's car that they claim is his, when they claim it was on 300 North, which are these. So what Quester did was he took the 3 photographs that we have, and he put them on here for you to see the difference in the time for each photograph that was posted. The 4:05 of the bridge picture, the sky, the 4:07. Oh, it's not 4:05. I'm sorry. It's 2:05 p.m. The first top left one is the empty bridge photo that Libby took, supposedly. The 2:07 photograph is the one that is of Abby on the bridge. Now, mind you, neither one of these photographs that were posted were found in the phone. These photos were not in the phone data. So there's a 2 minutes difference between the 2:05 and the 2:07. And you can notice the difference in the clouds and the sky. And then down here at 2:13, this is this is a screenshot of Abby that has been pulled out of the BG video. So, Quester, do you, besides what I just explained, do you have?
Wow, that's.
Well,
I mean,
first of all,
that does,
let's
doesn't
say
do that, does it?
Yeah. Well, let's first of all say they're all different filters. So somebody was busy changing the filters every couple of minutes, were they?
I mean, they're teenage girls, maybe.
Possibly. Then take the 205 and the 207. The 205, very little shading, no clouds, clear sky. 2 minutes later, masses of cloud.
Might be overcast. It could potentially just like that might be actually like a ton of clouds, like might be overcast, but regardless, it's completely different, guys.
Yeah. And then we're back to a different type of cloud. I can't remember the name of them. 6 minutes later, there's some massive cloud formation changes going on. Even if you ignore what could be filter. Now, those sort of cloud changes take time to happen. Certainly more than 8 minutes.
Oh, 100%. I mean, that's a 2-minute difference, right? Between those first two. I mean, that's
Colossal difference, isn't it? Well, I think the one thing we need to keep in mind, and I don't know, I'll be the first one to admit I'm not an astrologist or know a lot about the sky and the formations of clouds, but I know the 205 photo was taken at the north end of the bridge, facing south. It's the picture of the empty bridge. 2 minutes later, we have this photograph of Abby that's taken where Libby is standing closer to the south end of the bridge, facing back north to capture Abby. So 2 different sides of the bridge are featured in this sky. Does that make a difference?
Shouldn't really, no.
Okay.
There's not that much difference.
You wouldn't have overcast like that, and then those kind of clouds. You wouldn't, not in 2 minutes. No. You wouldn't. I mean, I've taken pictures that I've sent to Amy that shows like literally like a straight line and how like the clouds are nice on one side, and then like it's like there's no clouds, and then there's just like freaking death clouds where I live. And this is inconsistent with it because we have like a clear contrail even right there. I mean that would, I don't know how it can go from overcast like that. So
Travis, so yeah, this photo of Libby, this was a trial exhibit, and it was entered as basically, I believe it was entered as along with the testimony of Kelsey that the girls were in the vehicle. She was driving. Libby was in the passenger seat. Abby was behind the driver, and this was them on the way to the trail. No one had seen this photograph before until the trial.
I think maybe we should take a look at this poll and return to that. Yes. And then just to prepare Quester in the private chat for the StreamYard, that is I typed the word that I would like you to say at the end of the stream. I just want you to maybe have to practice it. It's a real word. Oh,
poor Quester.
But here, let's look at this. Let's look at this poll, guys. Oh
wow! Look at the poll. Okay, so
Fascinating.
Well, everybody's pretty much.
Prius or a Tucson? So
I think we were in agreement with which car we thought it was.
I think, yeah, I'm going to do like a nice little comparison picture where I can literally just point out every little thing. I'll overlay it and everything just for you guys. And I'm just going to be focused on the shadows and doing those comp pictures for next week for you guys. But we'll compare the Prius and the Tucson because I think it's a Prius V. I'm sorry, Prius V, not just a Prius. Very important distinction.
It's not Rick's car. It is not Rick's car.
Yeah. Personally, when it comes to a Lexus NX, I think that might just be a little too niche and kind of high end for that area. Yep, there's more cameras at the Hoosier Harvest store for person in chat who's asking. Shanwall.
Yes, there's 4. The FBI, when the FBI went out there to retrieve them, they documented that there were 4 cameras on the building. We never heard about any of the other 3. We only heard about the one that we got screenshots from, not a video, but there were, and so we don't know if they were all connected to the same DVR, what their timestamps were, if they were all on the same time. All we know is that the state said the camera time was off. They dictated what the time was and they put them on, and the defense agreed because the state said so. There's no antenna on the hood of the car. This is from the exhibit. It's not Rick's car. Osbrook, if you weren't here in the beginning, you should go back and watch the very beginning of the stream. For everybody, I have pinned at the top of the comments here. Go listen to Osbrook's interview about the Delphi case on Truth and Justice podcast. Then after that, go over to Shaboogies and listen to her stream about Kathy Shank. But before we let you go, there's one thing that I'm going to leave you guys all with.
Other than the funny word, which you're going to need to let me share my screen real quick when we.
Well, not yet. Not yet. Let me hold on a second here.
You're good. You're good.
Okay. Let me pull it in here. Dun, dun, dun. Well, I did have it in here. Hold on.
While Amy does that, I just want to thank everyone for being here. And it's been a little chaotic this week, but we are a true crime channel. We have one goal, and that's for the truth. And we aren't a drama channel. That's all I'll say.
That's the truth. And sometimes, there's things that have to be addressed, especially when emotions run high. And, but we are here. You guys know what we're about. We always make it very clear that we do go down rabbit holes. We do discuss all of the things that pique our curiosity. We're not always right. We're not always wrong. All we're doing is giving you food for thought. But I do want to leave you guys with this. Make sure I can find it.
Oh, no, she's got a PowerPoint, guys.
Yeah, we're not going to get to this today.
It just means it'll be perfect next time. Nope, no pressure.
Yeah, well, I'm still working on that, by the way. It's a work in progress.
Michael wants more rabbits. Can you elaborate on that comment, please?
More rabbits.
I can.
I'm looking for something, guys. I'm sorry. It's not it. Hold on. I'm almost there.
Yeah,
I think what I had, I think I had it loaded and it got bumped out because we had all this other stuff in here.
I hope that this has given us some things to think about, and I also want to, while Amy's while Amy's doing that, I just want to fill the time by saying something pretty important. It is any one of you can help. I merely reached out to Amy and she answered. And Indy Cindy has done the same thing. And like,
if you want to help, if you want to contribute in any way, we can always use an extra brain, an extra angle, an extra thought process. We're always waiting to introduce something new. So
we're not gatekeeping. Like,
no,
all hands.
So
yeah.
Here. So what I'm gonna leave everybody with before we go, and Quester has to say his word.
Share my screen so we can have the screen after
yes,
the word.
So I don't know how I missed this. And I have to give credit where credit is due. And this is why we always accept, you email me, you want to help. But Indy Cindy pointed this out, and I have combed through these eyewitness testimony accounts numerous times. You guys know we have gone over the Betsy Blair timeline, frontwards, backwards, and sideways. And there's just a lot that took place that day on those trails that don't make any sense. But there's one thing that I just can't believe was never caught before now. It was never seized in the moment at trial. But that is the testimony of Rayleigh Voorhees on the stand, telling the defense that she believed that she saw the bridge guy at about 2:15 when they were still on the trails, walking out of the trails on out to the Freedom Bridge. It's right here in black and white. She said, they asked her, and that you saw the man you believed, the bridge guy, about here. And at trial, she's standing out of the box, the witness box. She's indicating on a map where she believes she remembers seeing this guy. It's before they exited the trails. They're still in a wooded area. And when you put that into perspective, that she sees this bridge guy, she believes at 2:15, just remember the BG video was already shot. It started at 2:13 and it was over before 2:15. Why was this not addressed at trial? Okay, I'm going to share your screen now. So we will pick up with that hopefully next week. We're going to start off again with hopefully we'll do some of these sun angles and these
don't share it just yet. Make him say the word first. Make him say the word first.
Have you seen the private chat, Quester?
I have.
Quester. All right, I want you to say the word and then share the screen so then he can read what's on my screen.
Oh no. Okay. Say it, Quester.
Say it.
Say
Flibbity
it.
gibbet. Flibbity gibbet.
All right, now share my screen, and I want him to just read this excellent little, because I feel like we're going to get a few extra here now.
Quester puts up with so much crap from us.
I love him so much because of this. Look at his pigeons. But anyways, Quester, what are other words for flibbity-gibbet, whatever it is?
Garrulous. Scatterbrain.
You got it.
Pea-brain.
No, you're supposed to read it, buddy.
You're going off script, Quester.
That's pretty good, though. I'm pretty proud of him. How did the effort?
Which word?
She wants you to read.
What's on the screen, my friend? I read. I was the pigeon in the green hat. Now you get to be the one with the bread and the graduation cap here.
Well, it's not necessarily a chatterbox. Not
You
necessarily
know
a
what? I give
whisperer.
up. I'm turning off my screen. Goodbye, guys. I love you all.
Oh dear, did I break something?
She wanted you to say the
I'm
words.
on my best behavior.
Which word did you want?
I just wanted you to read.
Which word was it?
I just wanted you to read the little pigeon speak, okay? I just wanted you to read it. That's it.
Pigeon speak. I've never listened to one.
There is an entire portion of Twitter that just absolutely goes crazy over pigeons. Like, people have pigeons and they put diapers on them and they live in their homes. It's amazing. The people in Japan do amazing things.
Oh my God.
Anyways, all right. I'm gonna that was the end.
Michael, we don't know, but we're just trying to figure it all out. We're trying to
answer a few questions.
We're trying to make it make sense. We're trying to make it make sense. We have a ways to go. So
just a quickie. We're not saying that the state purposely flipped those. We're saying that is a possibility. But what we are saying is the pictures were flipped and they were put into evidence as flipped, which misled. Is that fair?
Yeah, it misleads the sun angles.
Yeah.
But I don't think they were.
Selfie mode automatically flips them.
Yeah, I mean, I believe in 2017 that's how it worked, and it doesn't matter why it was flipped. What matters is the fact that when you flip it the correct way, with where the girls were sitting in the car, it doesn't work with the direction the car was supposed to be going, where the sun's coming in the window. That's what matters. So either
when you correct it, yeah.
When you correct the photo, when you flip it back, it's the flipping is not the nefarious part. It's we're trying to figure out where they were when these photos were taken, or if maybe these photos, problem solved if the photos were taken at a different time earlier in the car and then posted later. I don't know. I don't know the answer. All we know is what we're looking at and where the car is supposed to be based on the camera being used and the GPS. So the flipping is something that, we don't know. We just don't know.
And a phone expert should have known it.
Well,
surely.
I don't think it was ever looked at. I don't think it was ever dissected. This case has so many elements of blow your mind elements that, I don't think that nobody would have ever thought something like this would have been pulled off. Or, the only thing that you have to remember, though, is that they had 5 years before they charged someone. And then they had over 2 years to play with the evidence to make it fit their narrative. So, everyone's guess is as good as mine. I'm not saying that what we're saying here is true, but we do know there is some shady shit going on in this case, and it all stems from the state. Anywho, guys, I gotta go. The baby's downstairs. She's playing, and it's Sunday. So
she's doing your taxes right now.
Huh?
She's probably just like doing your taxes.
Yeah, I wish. I need my taxes done. All right, guys. Well, we will see you next week on Vault episode 36. And if I can get Quester and Fungi together this week, maybe after or tomorrow or Tuesday, because I'm off, maybe we can go over the BG video again, like Chester asked us to, and look at all of the frames, frame by frame, and see if we come up with any other inconsistencies or discrepancies.
Okie dokie.
So, all right, guys. Bye, you guys. Happy Sunday. Thanks for being here. Please hit that like and share the video on your way out the door.
Yeah, share if you find this interesting, or if you want more people to yell at me for being confusing. I would like to feel included for once.
Yeah. All right. Bye, Quester. Bye, Fungi. Love you guys. See you later, everybody.
Cool.
I gotta go.
Later.